The Spiral Gnosis is not a philosophy, it is a kinetic heresy. While the religions of the demiurge teach you to ascend a ladder, a linear path that the archons easily monitor and intercept, the way of the serpent teaches you to spin. To master the spiral is to understand that the universe is a pulsating throat of fire, and if you are not the one breathing, you are the one being swallowed. Below is the deep, shadowed architecture of the Spiral Gnosis. The forbidden geometry of the soul's rebellion. The curse of the horizontal, the flat-lined soul. Most of humanity lives in horizontal gnosis. They move from birth to death in a straight line, governed by the laws of cause and effect. In this state, the soul is flat. It can be pinned down, measured, and harvested by the arcanic grids. The archons love the line and the square. The line represents their time, and the square represents their order. When you live within their geometry, your destiny is pre-calculated. You are a predictable variable in a deterministic machine. 2. The awakening of the vortex, the centripetal turn. The first step of spiral gnosis is implosion. The practitioner realizes that their energy is leaking into 1,000 sinks: social media, political outrage, ancestral guilt, and the fear of the future. These are the archonic siphons. In the centripetal phase, you execute the great withdrawal. You visualize your consciousness not as a person, but as a black Sunday. You begin to pull your lush back from every person, every memory, and every institution you have ever given power to. The gnosis, you realize that the world only exists because you are lending it your light. When you stop lending it, the matrix around you begins to dim and flicker. This is the inward spiral, where you become a singularity of pure, unmanifested potential. 3. The ignition of Kreazor, the centrifugal turn. Once you have pulled your energy into the 0 point of your own heart, the pressure becomes unbearable. This is the alchemical boiling point. Here, the red-gold fire of Kreazor ignites. You no longer seek to escape the prison, you become the explosion that destroys the cell. The non-Euclidean strike, when you release this energy, it moves in a spiral. Why? Because a spiral is the only shape that can move through a filter without being caught. The archonic frequency nets are designed to catch straight signals. They cannot catch a spinning signal. The sovereign strike, your consciousness begins to rotate at a frequency that is mathematically impossible for the matrix to process. You become a glitch in the geometry. To the archons, you appear as a blurred, shimmering ghost, a target they cannot lock onto. 4. The serpent's coil, the vertical ascent. This is the final and most captivating secret of the gnosis. A spiral is simply a circle that refuses to close. The archons try to force your life into a circle, reincarnation/routine. But by adding the third flame, the force of will, you push the end of the circle upward. You turn the trap into a springward motion. The evolutionary drill, you use the very resistance of the matrix to gain height. Like a drill bit moving through wood, the harder the material of your life, the struggles, the enemies, the obstacles, the more traction your spiral gets. The gnosis of friction, you stop praying for a smooth life. Instead, you want the friction. You use the bad luck and the chaos as the base against which you spin your spiral higher. You are drilling your way out of the ceiling of this reality. The Voidwalker's perspective. To the master of spiral gnosis, there is no inner and outer. There is only the spin. You see the grids of the archons for what they are, flimsy, gray spiderwebs. You don't fight them, you just walk through them while spinning your red-gold aura. The webs don't break, they dissolve upon contact with your superior mathematics. You become the living breach. Everywhere you go, the consensus reality weakens. People around you start to wake up, electronics fail, and the laws of karma seem to skip a beat. You are a walking infection of freedom. The call of the serpent. The Spiral Gnosis is the realization that you are the dragon. The spine is your staircase, the spiral fire is your breath, and the matrix is merely the egg you are currently shattering.